in finding strange symbols on the door of my cabin. I bought the cabin to get away from everything the city had drained me. Too many people, too much noise, too many responsibilities, weighing me down. I needed space, solitude. So when I found a small, isolated cabin deep in the woods for an unbelievably cheap price, I jumped at the chance. The first few nights were peaceful. The air was crisp, the silence was soothing, and for the first time in years, I felt like I could breathe. I spent my days hiking and my nights reading by the fireplace. It was everything I had hoped for. Then I noticed the symbols. They appeared overnight, carved into the wood of my front door, jagged, twisting lines that seemed to form some sort of pattern, though I couldn't make sense of it at first. I thought maybe it was kids playing a prank, though I had no idea how anyone could have found my cabin. It was miles from the nearest road, still I ignored it and went about my day. The next morning, there were more. The first set of symbols had deepened, as though someone had traced over them again and again below them. New symbols had appeared. My stomach twisted when I saw them. They weren't random. There was intent behind them, a message I couldn't decipher. I checked my phone. No signal. Of course, I considered driving back to town to ask around, but part of me didn't want to. I was afraid of what I'd learn. That night, I locked my doors and windows. The fireplace crackled, casting long, flickering shadows along the walls. I tried to ignore the unease settling deep in my chest, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. At exactly 213 am, I woke up. Something was outside. I held my breath, straining to listen. At first, there was nothing, just the wind through the trees. Then, a scrape, a slow, deliberate dragging sound against the door. I grabbed the fireplace poker and crept toward the window, my breath caught in my throat. Shadows, tall, unmoving figures just beyond the trees, barely visible in the moonlight. They weren't moving, just standing there watching. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. In the morning, I found new symbols, larger, deeper, stretching from the doorframe to the windows. They weren't just markings anymore, they were warnings. I needed to leave. I packed a bag and rushed outside, my heart hammering as I reached my car. I felt it, a shift in the air, a presence behind me. I turned, and for the first time I saw one of them up close. It was tall, impossibly thin, its body wrapped in tattered, shadowy cloth where its face should have been. There was only darkness. It raised one long, clawed hand and pressed it against the door, adding one final symbol. A name. My name. I jumped into my car and sped away, not daring to look back. I don't know who or what marked my cabin, but I know this: I was never supposed to leave. I was supposed to stay to become part of whatever ritual was unfolding in that lonely stretch of woods. I don't sleep much anymore. I don't answer unknown calls, and sometimes when I close my eyes, I see those symbols, etched into the darkness, waiting for me to understand them.